Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today is another transfer video. Sorry this one's late. I'm going to be doing a video on every transfer we make / major departure, just to keep the channel flowing, the channel ticking, until the new season rolls around. So yeah, this one is late, but I've been working, busy in that, so I'll bring them out ASAP. They will be a lot quicker than this one compared to last time, but as for pre-season, I will be not sure what I'll be doing. Probably saving my money for the season so I can do all the away games, or as many as I can. Can't promise there'll be much content to do with pre-season, unless Ryan or Connor or Dean goes and they give us something to work with. We'll see. But today is the second signing of this summer. It's a loan signing. Is Nathaniel Ogbeta. I hope I have not butchered that name. But we signed him on loan from Plymouth. I've seen the most mixed opinions on this as I've ever seen in a signing for a long time. He's described as a very energetic and very attacking fullback. So straight away I'm going to start with the positives, because normally at Barnsley you get a lot of negatives. And before I talk about the negatives, we'll start with a positive. If you do want to subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. On the road to 7,000 subscribers. We're so close now. And also all my social medias are in the link in the description below. Me TikTok, me Twitter and my Instagram for extra content when the season actually kicks off. Go follow them, top of the description. But yeah, we'll start off with the positives. Horian described him as an attacking fullback, which means, and with anyone with half a brain well worked out, we should be playing with a back four next year, which I think is long overdue. Obviously, Connor started to try it towards the end of last season. You know, some fresh ideas, but obviously at that point the season was dead and buried. We had no chance of getting playoffs. But it's nice to see that we're going to hopefully going back to 4 at the back, because I feel like the 5 at the back kind of got outdated for us. I don't know if we weren't playing it right. We didn't have the correct players, but it just wasn't working. Especially last year, it did not work one little bit with the 3 centre-backs and the wing-backs. The gap between the wide centre-backs and the wing-backs was too big, and that's where the other players, wingers on their front 3, got in behind. And League One teams, they like to play the long balls. We'll talk about that in a bit as well. So we got exposed quite a lot. So hopefully with how as Horian described him as an attacking fullback, we should be going back to the back 4, which is great to see. So hopefully we'll have the back 4 and we'll be stronger and better, and hopefully Horian can cook, because based off these signings, there's no one coming in to save the day, so Horian needs to cook. But yeah, Nathaniel Ogbeta, he's 24-year-old. He started off at the Manchester City Academy. Spent like half a season on loan at Shrewsbury. He's had his fair share of clubs and played quite a bit of football in League One and the bottom end of the Championship. He made a permanent move to Swansea City before going out on loan to Peterborough and Bolton. He did make a stint and play some games for the England under-21s, so he's played very large and different calibre of standards over the years of coming through the ranks. He's not been at any poor teams, you know, being at City Academy. Signing for Swansea City must have had something about him for them to want to sign him. I presume it will have been when Swansea in the Championship, because they've been in the Championship as long as I can remember. And loans to Peterborough and Bolton, who are now up top League One teams. Well, except Peterborough last year, but normally they are. And then he obviously made a permanent 2-year deal at Plymouth, which he signed at the start of last season when they went into the Championship. Obviously, he's on loan, and a lot of our fans are complaining about that. Why are we signing loans? Why are we not making permanent signings for next season? Which I see we do need to spend some money, but I think the whole complex around this is it's a 2-year deal at Plymouth that he signed. So his last year of his deal is this year, the year that he's on loan to us. So if he does good at us, hopefully we can get him as a free agent. You know, scrimping and scraping, as Barnsley get described, and I feel like that's what they're trying to do with this fullback. You loan him, he don't do great, he goes back, he goes as a free agent at Plymouth, he does whatever over there, not our issue. He comes to us, he does great, we can hopefully sign him as a free agent, unless Plymouth offer him a better deal for whatever reason. But yeah, that's his rough career path. Overall, I've not seen much of him, and I can't ever recall watching him, so I can't have much opinion on him. He's meant to be half decent from what the reporters like Doug O'Kane and, you know, the other ones from Barnsley Chronicle and that I've spoke about. I spoke to a couple of Plymouth fans who have said he's absolutely horrific, but they're going to slag a player off that leaves. Or they could genuinely be telling the truth and he might be horrific. He played 17 games in the Championship last season with Plymouth when they got relegated. So he's played a bit of Championship football, so he's not like he's inexperienced at this level whatsoever. He's been there, he's played at several different teams, so he knows what it takes to be successful in League One or the bottom end of the Championship, so he's got no excuse of inexperience on that front. Will he be our starting fullback? He got described as a left fullback from what I read, and with Georgie Gent still being injured, and most likely injured up until probably end of September from what I've read, I feel like he could take that left back spot. Obviously the Earl played a bit there last year, but it all depends who he's wanting to play at centre back. When you've got Dejan, you've got Roberts, you've got Shepherd coming back in. There's a lot of options, and that's what we need. We need strength in depth. Do we have it at the moment? No. Will we get it? Hopefully with a few more signings like this, because realistically, we ain't going to spend much money, and we ain't going to bring in high caliber players. Like when we signed DKD last year, yeah, that was fantastic. Will we do it again this year with anyone? I can't see it personally. So overall, it's a very questionable transfer. I see why they've done it, you know, so they don't have to spend money. Hopefully, they can spend just money on his wages, signing for a free if he has a successful season. But until we see him play his first pre-season friendly, we're not going to know. So it's all up in the air. And from reviews that I've read from Plymouth fans, it's not been a very positive look. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what also you think we need to sign. If we are going to the 4 at the back, I presume we're going to be playing some sort of 3 up front, unless we go for a flat 4-4-2 and just have 2 strikers. But I'm hoping we'll go with wingers. Obviously, that would have been fantastic with Humphries and Jallow, but obviously Humphries is gone. And Jallow's injured. So we need some wingers if we're going to play that formation. But I feel like wingers could be the way forward for us, hopefully with a back 4. But we'll see. Let me know in the comments what you think. Sorry it's late. I'll try and get up to scale on these more. And try and get the consistency and the flow of the channel up ready for the season for that first away day to Plymouth. Which, spoilers, I'm going. Woo! See you all there. Thanks for watching. Let's get to 7K.